Слава.
міста з України?
Come again?
З якого ви міста з
Oh, you speak
України?
Ukrainian. I'm so
Yes, I
glad.
speak Ukrainian.
I'm so glad. Слава Україні. Давайте скажемо, слава Україні.
Чий Крим?
Що? Я не з Криму. Я не з Криму. Крим українське.
Я єсть з Криму.
Ні, я з Криму. Просто я з
Ти з
Криму.
Криму?
Ні, ви маєте казати я з Криму. Так, я вас поправляю, якби.
Я з Нікополя, а не з
Добре,
Криму.
ну я не знаю, звідки
Я
ви.
маю казати.
Я не знаю, звідки ви, але я не з Криму, ні.
Маю казати.
Я з України. А якщо ви з Нікополя, ви також з України. А чого він вас торкається взагалі? Чого він на вас руку кладе? Why are you taking her away? We were having a nice discussion. No curse words. What, do you want to intervene and interrupt it immediately?
Very polite in Ukrainian, I must say.
Yeah. Well, why are you guys walking away? What's up? I mean, the police shows up, you can't swear, you can't curse, you can't shout at us anymore, and that's it. Suddenly we have dead silence here. Suddenly there's nothing to say. You want to come here? You want to say something?
One point of contention.
Come again? Go on.
Bring up one caveat.
Absolutely, many points of contention.
I think your historiography around Bandera is slightly flawed.
Is it?
I understand he was arrested and then released after the war, but I don't think that accounts necessarily for his ethno-nationalist beliefs and his massacres committed by himself and
By himself?
his followers, by him and his followers on the territory.
What if I
of
told you
Poland.
Bandera was not part of any ethnic massacres? That Bandera was put in jail before any of that?
Before they happened, right.
There you go. Okay,
And
so at least you know it. At least you're being honest.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. But look, people attribute the mass loss of life to communism, right? People attribute it to Marxist ideology.
Yes, but not only, also to the Nazis.
Marx was dead by the time a lot of the Soviet.
Oh, please. Bandera was not an ideologue. He didn't write any books. He didn't write any ideologies. He was a soldier.
The ideology was strong because he's a national figure. And that spirit of a national figure and an identity.
You're misconstruing everything, my friend.
That's
Bandera was not an
history.
ideologue. Did Bandera write any books?
No, but he
Exactly.
represented-
He was an ideologue.
He
Come again. You want to say something? Did you write any books? You don't look like someone who writes books.
He represented an ideology.
You look like someone who burns books. That's what you look like.
And I think.
And you know who
that
burns
ideology,
books? Nazis.
Exactly.
A lot
Exactly.
of violence was justified based on ethno-nationalist.
But
reasons.
justified what? Bandera never said that. You know that in the end of the war, when Bandera returned to Ukraine, he was handing fake passports to Jews to save them from the Nazis.
Okay, well,
He specifically sent a letter to his
I
soldier
would
that
have to
we
fact check
cannot
that.
ever cooperate with Nazi Germany
Yeah.
because they're not our allies. They're
Okay,
not with us.
Well, it's a very noble thing to say. Well, say
It's a very noble thing to do.
I'm a friend with someone, then that friend goes and arrests me. It's not a particularly amazing, revolutionary thing to say. Well, once I've been released, I'm not going to be friends with that person anymore. Of course, you're not going to be friends with them. You collaborated with them at the start, then they put him in prison. Of course, he's not going to continue collaborating with them.
Okay, to what
It's a
extent?
it's a
To what
natural
extent are you
event.
saying that he collaborated with them? Because if we're talking about collaboration, how about we talk about the Molotov-Ribbentrop Treaty, where the Soviet Union divided Poland in half alongside with Nazi Germany and was sending all kinds of resources to Germany and receiving armaments from Germany. So if that's your collaboration, then the Soviet Union is even more guilty than Bandera.
I will explain the
Oh, you will
also-
explain. Okay, please go on.
So, with that, it's a particular issue in politics and the build-up.
No kidding, it is a real issue to cover that up by the Soviets, by the Russians nowadays.
We clearly admit there was a Molotov-Ribbentrop pact. What it was based
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
what it was based on was the Soviet Union, Soviet leadership for that, recognized the inevitability of a war with Germany. The only people.
That's why they started helping Germany conquer Poland.
I'll explain.
Because they realized how inevitable war with Germany is. You know, when I feel like you're gonna punch me in the face, I give you a knife because I want to be stabbed instead. That makes a lot of sense, you know?
I'm trying to explain my argument.
Yeah.
And
Go
so,
on.
And so the issue is, the Soviet Union wanted passage through Poland to protect Czechoslovakia.
Okay. To protect Czechoslovakia
Yes,
from what?
From the German invasion, because that's the first.
Okay, so they made a deal with the Germans together route towards Czechoslovakia to protect Czechoslovakia from the Germans.
I just want to.
That makes a lot of sense. Hey, could you stop interfering in the practice of freedom of speech? Have you ever considered this country's values, my friend?
Probably not.
Have you ever considered this country's values? Have you ever considered freedom of speech as a value? You know, it's quite disgusting you to wear that ribbon over there. It's even more disgusting you stopping freedom of speech here. A proper discussion, a polite discussion. You know, nobody's swearing, nobody's shouting until you come here and start destroying everything.
I understand.
Thank you. Please leave.
I understand your argument about the collaboration, but I think that collaboration comes in 1939, and in 1938 was the invasion of Czechoslovakia, and that's what I'm.
In 1939, you lot were together with Hitler for 2 years.
Sir, can I please?
Yeah? 2 years.
Let me.
No, well, he's right though. I mean, he is right. He's making a good point.
It's a fact.
Yes.
Go on, absolutely.
Is Solution ambassador here yet?
If he is here in the UK, I don't have that information.
You don't have the
I don't know if he's here physically.
who the Ukrainian ambassador is?
Zaluzhny, technically. He was made ambassador to the UK. But I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's here.
But he's not here yet.
I don't know if he's here. Look, I can't answer this. It's like you ask me, oh, what position in the battlefield is this specific battalion? Like, how am I supposed to know that? Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. Like, I wouldn't release this information.
This is polite.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm being rude. I just don't know. I honestly don't know.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
People are currently dying there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We can speak politely with these guys, even if they disagree with us, even if they support the terrorist regime. It doesn't matter.
I think
Because in this country, you know, in this country, guys, people can exchange opinions, even if they completely disagree.
I think I'm going back to the issue of your historiography over there.
Well, they're actually here like I am. My grandfather.
They were. You agree?
Yes, that was in 1950.
Okay, lovely. At least you agree.
The reason that happened was because Poland refused entry
So I don't want to say.
to Czechoslovakia by Soviet troops to stop Germany. And let's
Why
talk
should
about-
Poland allow it?
Why should Poland allow it? Because they want to stop fascism, to stop the spread.
Hold on a second, but the Russians were cooperating with the fascists, with the Nazis.
This was 1938.
My friend, I'm sorry, but I don't need to hear a single word more. You're saying that the Soviets have made an agreement with the Germans because they wanted to go to Czechoslovakia to save it from the Germans. And the Germans agreed to this. They were like, okay, sure, go to Czechoslovakia, save it from us, occupy it instead of
I don't
us.
think you're understanding this.
I understand you perfectly. This is complete nonsense. This is revisionist
They
history.
didn't make that's a buzzword. What does revisionist history mean?
Revisionist history means that you don't actually follow the real
was
history. You
shoving
make
things in our
up some
faces.
things
They
as you
were
go.
screaming
Just like Putin
and
in his
yelling.
hour-long James Bond villain
I'm sorry,
speeches.
but
And
if
so
someone
Western historiography is that the invasion.
Oh, this is a classic what about
don't you
this?
think people have responsibility
so
on that
you're
action?
saying that the Russians are revising history. What about the West? Are they revising history? Well, my friend, if you give
Which
me
they didn't
proof
do.
of this,
That's all I
you give me
want.
evidence. But I just noticed
Unfortunately,
revisionist
I'm not
history
here
in
to
what you're saying.
Then why
This
did you
stuff
come over?
about
I just
the
want you to
Soviet
treat
Union
us
wanted to
with respect.
save
I want
Czechoslovakia.
everybody to
It's
treat
complete
I'm
nonsense.
entitled to
The
my
Germans would not be
opinion.
cooperating
And also-
with the
And if-
Soviets
if
if
you
they knew
were
that the
from the
Soviets were going to
embassy,
Czechoslovakia. This is
then-
complete nonsense. It
They
makes no
would.
sense.
Because
And
politics
private
and
solution
international
Oh, because politics makes no sense.
Really? Well, my friend was tortured by Russia.
Hey, my friend, how are you?
My friend
How
was
are you
tortured
today?
by
Would you like to
Russia,
say
and I have a
something?
right to
Oh no,
protest.
he needs to convince
He
you
came
not to
back
speak
looking
to me
like
because I'm the
this,
Satan.
this,
I'm evil.
And that-
You know, I'm going to
ribbon
corrupt
that
your
you guys
young
are-
mind and all that.
Can you let me
I'm going
finish?
to corrupt your young mind. Be careful with
ribbon.
me. Be very careful. Багато кількістю, але мало якістю.
Yes, I do, because my grandfather fought in that war, and I come here because it's victory.
I mean, look, guys, you see those flags over there, the Soviet flags? Do you have any idea how many people were killed under those flags?
My grandfather.
It was Ukrainian soldiers who planted the victory banner on the right stand. That's the Ukrainian soldiers. Have you seen what he's been saying?
Yes, of course. We have celebrated Victory Day yesterday as everyone else with everyone else. But you guys, you need to appropriate Victory Day as if it's all yours. It's all the Russians who did that. You claim the Ukrainians were cooperating with the Nazis in World War II. That's what you guys have been saying all along. Oh, but Bandera, he was a Nazi. He wasn't. We've already showed you he wasn't. But you guys, you just can't see the truth even when you're hit with it. I can't say what, sorry?
That there were no collaborators. Lots of Ukrainians.
There were collaborators everywhere, in every country. In Russia, in Ukraine, in Belarus, everywhere. There were some collaborators. No one can say that, oh, there were 0 collaborators in our country. No one can say that. But the point is,
And they use a
you
collaborator's
guys are
flag.
completely misrepresenting everything right now. You're saying Bandera was a Nazi, he was collaborating with the Nazis. No,
not. You're lying.
he was
You're lying
resisting
again.
the Nazis, fighting the Nazis, and he was put in jail by the Nazis.
She is so condescending.
British people are always condescending to
I'm so-
our causes. It's like, it's the same thing. You stand by the embassy and you're like, who are you? We're Russians. Are you pro or against? Oh, good for you. Yeah, love that. I mean, I love like rich people who are